All right, all right. Welcome back to Within the Rep. This is episode 17, so we're moving along here. Got my friend on, Justin Malik. So we're doing a little record too. We had a little recording error there, so we're going to rerun it up. But Justin, please introduce yourself again, my man.
What's up, everybody? My name is Justin Malik. I am from Sherman, Texas, which is a little bit north of Dallas. Was born in Toronto, Canada. Spent a lot of my childhood in California, in the Bay Area. Moved to Texas when I was about 15 years old, and been here ever since then.
Okay, nice. Grew up in Canada, so Canada boy by heart. And then we were just getting into a little bit about your sports background, what you got you into bodybuilding, as I know you're a bodybuilder yourself.
So yeah, what got me into bodybuilding was I was never really good at any sports. I wasn't good at school. I grew up really as like a D and an F student. I kind of just barely made it through school. Bodybuilding was really actually my outlet. Well, it started off just as training, and then training turned into hanging around bodybuilders. And I remember doing my first show when I was about 17 years old. It was I think it was the heart of Texas. And I remember, I just remember I come from like a Indian background. So bodybuilding was like not something that was a thing back then. This was before it was even cool. Now it's real mainstream. Everybody knows about it. So I actually hid that from my parents. I did a whole prep, living with my parents, 17 years old. And yeah, I did my first show, but I remember my mom, she had actually found my trunks and she actually thought I was a stripper. And she found my trunks and she told my dad about it. And my dad had like a sit down with me and he was like, "Hey, we found something of yours. Like we want to know what you're doing because we think we think you're stripping and dancing for ladies or men or whatever it may be." So that's kind of how it all started. And yeah, I came out and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to do bodybuilding, and it took off from there. One show turned into two, turned into four, and then here we are.
Nice. And you're how old now?
I am 36.
Okay, so you've been in it for a minute.
Yeah, I've actually been in it for a minute. I competed from like 17 to like 21, and then
Mm-hmm.
I took about 9 years off because I had to figure out my life and what I wanted to do. And so I took that time off, and then once I hit 30, I got back into it, and it's been nonstop ever since.
Okay. Nice. So you were born in Canada. Why did your family end up moving to the States?
I don't know. I think my dad just didn't like the cold. Yeah, my dad didn't like the cold, but a lot of my family is still in Canada. I got family in Toronto and also in Surrey. It's like literally right up the street from where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's funny because we kind of have lots of chats back and forth because of that. Yeah, I don't live in Surrey, pretty close, neighboring city. I live in Langley, but I did actually when I first moved to the Lower Mainland. That was one of my first places I lived was in Surrey in Wally. But yeah, it's an interesting spot. Have you been there recently in the past few years or?
yeah, I've actually gone up and visited my grandma and stuff like that, and I've been up there a couple times with my mom. We would fly out to like Seattle and then drive across the border.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Beautiful drive though. I love driving from Seattle to Surrey.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a beauty spot, Pacific Northwest. It's hard to
Hmm.
beat, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
Surrey has a big like Indian community. Yeah, great food. It's a busy city. Lots of people live there. And they have a pretty nice gym there now, actually. Iron Nation, decent spot. And but there's lots of killer gyms up here now. West Coast Iron, the gym that I go to, Total
Nice.
Fitness. Yeah, we're getting lots of really nice bodybuilding gyms kitted out with like really nice equipment. I mean, you live in Texas, so the
Oh
gyms
yeah.
there are pretty hard to beat there in
Yeah, yeah.
Texas, but we're getting some nicer gyms up here now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I live like, you've heard of Destination, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So back when I was living with my parents, it was literally right up the street, like not even a mile away.
Oh, cool.
And now I'm about 45 minutes from there. I mean, we got absolute recomp, we got Destination. We got all the cool gyms up here.
Yeah, that absolute recomp gym looks pretty nutty.
Yeah, yeah, it is very fancy. It's like all the lighting is real cool. I mean, if you want to shoot some footage there, that's the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what are your goals in bodybuilding now? Or do you still pursue it, or is it just more of a lifestyle, a hobby for you, more or less?
Man, bodybuilding is definitely something it's really big for me, but I did have to take a little step back. Um, 2025 was actually really rough for me. I had a lot of, I had to grow up a lot these last couple of years. I grew up actually very privileged, I guess you could say. So I had to step out of my comfort zone and kind of build my business and learn all those skills along the way. So right now where I'm at in bodybuilding is I was very unhealthy in 2025. I mean, I looked great. I mean, best I've ever looked, but the amount of stress, I didn't really know how to manage my stress, and that took a huge toll on my health. Like I just felt like dog shit inside, man. Emotionally, mentally, physically. I also run a trucking business, so I do coaching. I have my own trucking business, and man, if you don't know how to manage your stress, especially in the trucking business, dude, it will suck the life out of you. That's kind of where I'm at right now, and I've gotten a lot better at it, managing the stress, just being in a better headspace, I guess you can call it. Ever since I guess joining ECA,
Mm-hmm.
it's really it's I've really it's given me purpose, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice to have like some mentors and someone to give you like some direction, instead
hmm
of
yeah,
it's just like working with a bodybuilding coach, right? It takes out the guesswork. Coaches in
exactly.
any aspect of life are good, whether that's mental health or
Yeah,
sports. I mean, they give you the guidelines. They take away the guesswork. They help move you in the right direction, right?
exactly. And you come from a blue collar background, right?
Yeah, my whole life. Yeah, I started working when I was 16, and just have never, well, never really stopped. Yeah, I worked on in the farm industry in Saskatchewan, worked in the oil field industry, construction industry here in the Lower Mainland, primarily in excavations. But yeah, primarily blue collar. I was gonna say, it's funny because you run a trucking company, like, obviously you run a trucking company. All brown guys have a trucking company, bro.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been blue collar ever since I got out of school. So like you know how it is especially when you work blue collar, there's some spaces that you get into where the people that you're around, their mindset is just like, I'm not saying that all blue collar people are like this, but especially in trucking, man, you got some angry people in trucking right now, especially with like how the economy is, all that kind of stuff. So I really needed to put myself around, I guess, more positive people, you could say.
Mhm.
And that in itself has made such a huge impact in my life, man.
Yeah.
I went from feeling like I didn't have any kind of purpose at all in life other than just trucking. And it was every day, it was something new, another problem. To, hey, I enjoy waking up every day. I enjoy what I do. I love helping people. I love coaching. Yeah, that right there just made such a huge difference in my life.
Yeah. No, I think everybody knows it. I mean, the blue collar industry is great. It's nice. Like, I do miss it. I like working with the crew, like with the boys every day. It's fun, but I think everybody does know it. Most of the talk that happens is, most of it's negative, right? Most of the time you're like complaining about what's not going right, bitching
hmm
about something or other, complaining about the home life, complaining about the work life, complaining about how tired you are, complaining about the weather, complaining about the job, very often celebration of wins and feeling good. Most people are just kind of like, meh, here to work, you know,
Exactly. And that
just
shit
kind
can
of
be
go
really
through the day.
contagious.
Oh yeah, it's draining, man. It's draining. It's exhausting to be around. Not a lot of people are motivated or driven. I mean, there is guys out there, don't get me wrong, for sure, but it's far and few between. The job sites are losing those like alpha kind of mentalities and those like really good leaders. It's like they're going into other industries, they're moving on to other things because they're not being paid adequately. Out here, the construction industry is seriously suffering because, especially in excavation, like
Hmm.
all the companies are hurting for guys, all of them. Nobody has
Yeah,
enough workers. They can't keep workers because they don't pay them enough. They overwork them, so they hire, underskilled workers, and that's a complete nightmare to work with, right? So the industry up here it's terrible, and people are going to keep leaving. People aren't going to stick around because they can make better money elsewhere and not deal with the bullshit.
exactly.
That's exactly why I left. I mean, I left a company. I was there for a year, and like they offered me $1 raise, like one of the best
Oh,
operators. Like $1? Thanks,
yeah.
but no thanks. I went to another company. They gave me a $7 raise. Like, you
Oh,
think I'm
well.
gonna wait around for like $1? What is this?
I know.
And
Yeah.
now I don't work for any of them, and I make the money I made in the industry doing my own thing. But that's something I
Yeah.
was honestly always scared from myself. Like, I was scared of losing that paycheck, like that $10,000 a month, and just having that honest, like that money coming in around the clock, right? So it is different to do your own thing for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty, you could say.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of nail biting some days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of what we got to lean into though. Like you're not always going to be able to control, well, if you want to grow, we tend to always want to control the outcome and can't really focus on that, man. If you got to take the risk and just go all in, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You got to ride the wave. They'll be good, they'll be bad, but if you put in the work, it's only going to go up, right?
Exactly. Did you ever, whenever you were working at excavation, did you ever like, because you were sitting in the excavator for hours and hours on end, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thousands of hours in your own mind.
Exactly. And that's kind of how it was for me whenever I was driving a truck. I was an OTR trucker for a while. And I was like, by heart, I'm a bodybuilder. So I would always, park in the back of like Planet Fitnesses and like 24-hour fitnesses and like just go train in the morning, get a shower, and then get back on the road. And I remember those like 14-hour days, man, on the road. And it's just like, just sitting there and you're like, man, do I really want to be doing this for the rest of my life, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's like a lot of, I don't know. When I worked in the industry, like I honestly listen to podcasts all day, every day, just to fill my mind because yeah, it can be honestly super depressing. Like, don't get me wrong, I did love running like an excavator and running big machines and doing big jobs. It is a lot of fun, but the thought of scooping dirt for the next 50 years of my life for 12 hours a day, rain or shine, 5 or 6 days a week, it's not that thrilling to me personally.
Yeah.
Some people it might be. If that's their love, if that's their passion, I mean, albeit, but yeah, it just wasn't for me. So you definitely spend like days in your machine, especially it's like piss and rain. It's just miserable. You're like, what am I even doing? How did I end up here?
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
I should have listened in school more. Maybe I should have just shut up.
Man, honestly, for me, I just wasn't ever like I wasn't really into school. I guess I
Yeah.
just learned differently. And then it was like I didn't want to be a truck driver either. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then on top of that, I never put good things. I never listened to good things. I always just listened to garbage.
Mhm.
Man, that combination of all of that, it's just eventually you're gonna go downhill, you know?
For sure. Yeah, I drove truck here too. Like I drove truck I got my trucking license in Saskatchewan working on a farm hauling grain, which was actually a lot of fun, just banging grid roads in the big trucks and dumping the grain off at the grain mills. But I was driving truck in the city here because I had my 1A and it was absolute nightmare. Well, for one, it's BC, so there's big ass hills.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan, it's just flat coast. It's like Texas. It's just flat. It's easy work, easy money. I bang that all day. But here in the city, traffic is so brutal, and there's so many hills. Like, man, I couldn't do it. Actually, was unloading barges one day. I'll tell the world this right now to all the 20 people who are going to listen. I dropped a drive shaft unloading barges for a company here in the lower mainland. But I was doing barge work, like unloading barges with the dump trucks.
Yeah,
So it's like they want you to be fast. It's a process. You have to back onto the barge, you get loaded, go to the top of the sand hill, back up to the edge of the sand hill, make sure your dog ears are open, dump the sand. If your dog ears are closed, your truck's going to go over the hill too with it because it's
that's
a
crazy,
sand.
man.
I know. And it was like it was my first time doing it on the barge, right? I'm like so scared. And I was like backing up to the edge of the sand and I like popped the clutch by accident. And I was like,
Oh,
fuck. And I dropped the whole fucking drive shaft and I'm like, sweet. Yeah.
oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. It was super embarrassing. I think I quit like the next day after I fucking caused them a $10,000 repair.
That's wild, man. Yeah, man. I think whenever I was like, I'm done with this, I'm not gonna drive a truck anymore, was I got stuck out in a well site, man, when I was hauling in the oil field. And you know how it is, man, those lease roads, you're in the middle of nowhere. Dude, I got stuck out there for like 3 days, and the only place that you can use the bathroom is on the side of the road. And I'm like, everybody's just like shitting on the side of the lease road. And I'm like, dude, I'm done with this. I'm over this. I don't want to live like this anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, just ghetto. I mean, it's
Yeah.
to be honest, I'll be honest, like the construction industry, it is what it is. People need to do it. I honestly really loved the work. It was a lot of fun. Like there's good days and there's bad days, just like anything. And working with a crew of guys was a lot of fun, and running those like big pieces of iron, like $1 million machines, brand new machines. Super good time, like literally right on the edge of the number one highway where you have like 100,000 cars passing every day. You're just show hoeing. It was a lot of fun and made really good money, but you do sacrifice a lot of time away from home to make that
Absolutely,
money,
man.
right?
Absolutely. And
And
you'll
like
never get that time back.
no, and like prepping for shows, like running excavator on a deep excavation is like, oh man, it's so hard. Like it's so hard to be that exhausted and go work a 10-12 hour day, like a week out from your show.
Oh, tell me about it, man. Yeah. And it's too much. I feel like that's just too much stress on the body too. You gotta pull back a little bit, especially that last week.
Yeah.
I actually learned that the hard way, man. The very last show I did the Battle of Texas. It's one of the most competitive shows in Texas on the amateur level. Man, I just had my stress levels were just so high that just like you know how it is with these most of these bodybuilding coaches. If you're not dropping the body fat like you're supposed to, they're just going to crank out more cardio. They're going to give you more cardio. They're going to cut back more food. But my stress levels were already so high that there's just no way, man. And so, at the last, I think it was like week or two, I was up to like 2 hours of cardio and I was doing like zero carbs, man. And it was just brutal. And then
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, trying to run a business and, my stress levels are super high. My sleep isn't good. It's just, it's just not ideal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, that's why this time, well, it'll be a lot different this time around when I compete because I'll be doing my own thing. Probably be able to step back from like the stress a lot and like not being on a job site. But I've always worked with coaches in the UK. I mean, primarily my whole bodybuilding career, but I've always worked with coaches across the ocean, across the seas, right? So it's quite a big time difference. They're not here with me, they're not at my shows. That's why right now I'm working with a local coach because I think it does matter a lot for them to just know who you are and be able to see you in person. And my coach right now also good friend, so he knows like who I am as a person, what I'm like, like how my day-to-day stress is, how I manage stress. Those are all big factors as well, right? Because you can assume from afar, but really if you don't know how this person is day to day, I mean that can be a huge mitigating factor as well, right? How
Absolutely.
do they manage stress on a day-to-day basis? Like do they get overwhelmed by things? Like what is overwhelming them? How can we mitigate this, right? But if they're a couple thousand miles away, they're never seeing you, essentially they're just going off communication. And that's a tough thing to do as well, because I think as bodybuilders, prep isn't supposed to be easy. And I know that. And I'm like a grinder. I'm never one to be like, oh, this is too hard. Like, I'm just going to do what I'm told to do. Right. So
Exactly.
I'm never like, oh, bro, I'm too fucking gassed to cardio today. I'm too gassed to train. Like, I'm just going to go train. I'm just going to go
Exactly.
do my cardio. So
Um,
I
that
think that'll be a big mover next time I compete.
Yeah, man, it's coaches nowadays, they really have to like get that kind of feedback from the client too. I mean, I've had coaches where, I've told them like, hey, like, I don't know, man, just something's not right. I'll still do the work. I'll keep grinding till the wheels fall off. But in bodybuilding, that's gonna set you up for failure. How long are you gonna keep going until the wheels fall off? Eventually, you're gonna fall apart. Your body's gonna fall apart. Your look is not gonna be ideal for the stage. So I'm gonna compete probably within the next year to year and a half, but I know how I want my prep to go, and I know like the I'm just not going to be in that kind of environment where stress is affecting me that much. I honestly, man, I didn't learn how to manage my stress levels or anything like that until I joined ECA, which was November. And things just started to click. And I'm like, oh my God, how come nobody told me this? Like,
Hmm.
oh, I wish I would have known this before. I actually remember Justin saying something that he was like, if you don't manage your stress levels, good luck being a bodybuilder. Good luck being a good bodybuilder. And I was like, oh my God, he's speaking to me?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to do. I've been always dialed with my protocols and things like that. I have learned a lot just doing the thing for like the past 10 years. And I think that is going to be a huge factor as well. Just being more confident in my approach as well, and knowing my body. Like, realistically, I could coach myself, I could do all of it on my own. But I like working with a coach, just to kind of have, not even to have them write me a plan and anything, but just to have that, like, that feedback, like I'll happily pay a coach just for that, just to have, a second set of eyes every week, a little feedback on the program. Because I feel like it's more, especially an experienced athlete, I think it's got to be more of a partnership than anything. They have to
Absolutely.
work together, right? Find something that's really grooves for each person, because each coach has their ways, but I think dialing it into the individual, how they prefer to eat, how they prefer to train, etc., all makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
And
man.
getting my gut health dialed too, like I learned like all that biofilm work and all the gut work this past year, and running protocols to like do a gut blitz. Fuck, that's helped me so much. That's helped me a lot. But to be honest, like, I eat a lot of food, and I think some of the dysfunction's starting to like creep back in. So I'm probably gonna have to, run another gut blitz, I think, every 6 months or something, just kind of clear things out, reset. But when I do, like, I'm hungry on 500 calories between meals. I can put back food like nothing. No bloating, no discomfort, good
Dude, that's
bowel
great,
movements,
man.
all that, right?
Have you always had good digestion or
No, fuck.
just no?
No, terrible. Some of the worst. Like, I was actually gonna quit bodybuilding last summer, and I reached out to Justin O'Donnell and got some advice from him into things, and he kind of gave me some good direction, because I didn't really want to go on like a fast, and I didn't really want to go on like a completely low FODMAP diet. But I bounced a few ideas off him, and I was on, pretty much a low FODMAP diet minus a few foods added. And he's like, just keep doing your thing, run a gut blitz, and then just like slowly titrate food up from there, and just see how you do. And I did that, and pretty much cleared my gut issues up, because I was running whole for, fuck, a long time. So, and I was eating like, when I was working with my coach at the UK, when we pushed up to 265, 270, I was eating like 6,500 calories, and I'm sitting in a machine all day.
Oh yeah.
So like, my digestion was fucked. Like, I would literally have like like the acid reflux was painful. Like it was crippling, you know? Like I was actually like this fucking hurts. Like I would have to send people to go get me Tums if I didn't have them, you know?
And then you're only just making it worse. And you don't know that. You think you're making it better, but you're just
Yeah,
making
well,
it
you're
worse.
just masking the issue, and it's just going to be fucking
Exactly.
even worse tomorrow, and it's just going to compound and compound and compound to a point where you're just like, you just give up, you just give in because you're like, this, you can't, I can't do this, I can't force feed. It's like force fucking yourself with food all day to the point where you're just like, this is not even fun anymore. Like, why am I doing this? This is fucking
Oh yeah.
miserable.
I've been there myself. I've had terrible gut health until I got into ECA and I started learning all these things. And same with my wife too, man. She's had it actually worse than me. I mean, she was one of those people that would go days without having bowel movements. We couldn't figure out why. Coaches would just be throwing fiber at her, like, "Hey, just you gotta do fiber twice a day, bump it up to 3 times a day." And it's like, dude, nothing was working, you know. All a distended midsection. I mean, it is clear. I mean, her stomach acid was low. And then once we started checking body temperatures and stuff like that, we were like, oh my God, her body temperatures are so low fast. Now they're perfect, but that's after all the advice that I got from Lindsay. I mean, dude, I asked Lindsay, I started asking Lindsay for advice. I think it was about a month ago, and dude, it fixed all her gut issues. This is the best she's ever felt. And I'm like, okay, so this entire time it for sure was a gut issue. And man, it really slowed us down. Really makes you feel like shit when you don't have proper digestion and you're pushing food.
Oh yeah, yeah, it can be tough. Absolutely. Yeah, Lindsay has lots of great knowledge. She's the lead educator inside ECA.
I call her the professor.
Yeah, she has lots of good knowledge for sure. So what's your biggest motivation in this year? What is your biggest focus this year for you?
This year's definitely going to be my business. I want to build my business. And man, I want to take it to a different level. I'm thinking on a whole different level. For years, I was just thinking small. I just never really, I would say I believe in myself, but inside, I never really believed in myself. And it kept me stuck for years and years on end, man. And I just don't want that anymore. Want to make more money. I want to have a happier life. I want to do other things other than work myself into the ground, you know?
Hmm.
So this year, my main focus is going to be, is,
And will you always keep the trucking business as well on the side, do you think?
uh, I'm
Are you going to sell
probably,
that off?
I'm probably going to sell it off. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not probably going to sell it off. I'm definitely going to sell it off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, coaching is just different, man. That's just where I belong. I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. I like working with people. I just love the feedback that I get from my clients. You know, you change somebody's life completely in 6 months. There's no other better feeling than that. Um, I have clients that come back and tell me, oh, dude, like my marriage is so much better. I'm spending more time with my wife. I have more energy. I don't feel like shit. You know, they view life differently just from losing a bunch of weight and feeling better and having more energy. There's nothing else that comes close to that for me.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I've worked with coaches, like I said, for pretty much the past 10 years here, and it's been a life-changing experience for me. I've always kept them in play because it's always nice to have somebody, on the sideline rooting for you and giving you advice in many different aspects of life, right? Do you work with a coach now yourself for bodybuilding or?
I pulled back from that also, which was a whole different thing for me. Man, there's been so many changes this past year. It's crazy. I had a coach for the last 5 years, and this is the first time in 5 years that I didn't have a coach. So it's it's been an experience, especially trying to do your own stuff and looking at your own check-ins and making adjustments. I'm really good with coaching everybody else, but when it comes to myself, I'm still learning, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's hard to be strict on yourself. Like it's easy to be like today, whatever, make a little excuses. I find the biggest thing is cuz I've I've done little parts of time without coaches as well. I always do. It's nice to have a little break, but I find during those times, um, I still do my meal plans and stuff, but there's a little less accountability involved. Like maybe one day, I'm not really feeling that, so I'll have something else, or maybe training wise, I'll just train as hard as I think I can, but maybe I have more there. I find that's the biggest one. I find like when I do get a training split, I'm like, shit, maybe I wasn't training as hard as I could have been. Like I train pretty hard. I think anyone who trains hard thinks they train hard, but I think there's always another level you can hit. Like I went in trained with my coach 2 weeks ago, back day with them, and it was wild. Like my back was so sore after that session. I feel like I haven't been hitting back right for years. It was just like kind of one of those wake up sessions, like you have a lot more there. Like you can train a lot harder, you can train a lot more accurately, like you can really push to another level. And it's hard to notice that when you're doing your own thing. It's kind of easy to be like content in your process. Like, yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, my wife, she's still like bodybuilding all out and stuff. So, um, dude, if I was to slip up, she'd be like, "Are you supposed to be doing that?" She definitely holds me accountable on that part, and I have a really good training partner. Having a good training partner has really changed up my look in general and also how I train. My training partner, Matt, he's actually getting ready. He's about to get ready for a show. So, I mean, dude, every day we have we show up at the gym at 6:30. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I got to be there. I got to go through all the movements. So there's a lot of days where I don't feel like doing it, but I'm not going to leave somebody hanging. So I go through all the movements and everything with them, you know?
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Having a training partner is a huge thing. That's kind of something I was thinking about on the way home from the gym today. Haven't Didn't really have a good session. They had trained legs, but kind of just, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't fucking feeling it. I was a little tired today. Still a little tired, but yeah, I think it'd be really nice to have a training partner. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a little bored of my gym or bored of the environment or something, but I just need like somebody there to turn up the heat a little bit, have a little competition, have some drive. Like my gym's super sick. Like the gym I go to here, it's in Langley, it's above the sportsplex here, and it is a community center, but the owner, he's a bodybuilder, and he's like put all brand new kit in it, really nice stuff. But there is more of that kind of just like community center crowd. There's a lot of high schoolers there too, like lots of kids there. And when I go like midday, 11 o'clock, I mean, it's pretty quiet. So it's not the energy, the environment hasn't really been there for me. So it'd be nice I need to find a training partner or something, or maybe get a change of scenery here. But if anybody's listening, you want a training partner, you think, you know, hit me up.
Dude, I was about to tell you. So the way I found my training partner, man, I was in the same boat as you. I was asking people all the time, like, "Hey, look, I you can train with me. I'll show you the way. However you want to look, I'll show you how to get there. You just got to show up and train with me and spot me and just be there on time." And there was a lot of people that were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm down." And then it'd be like after one workout or two training sessions, it'd be like, "I can't make it today" or whatever.
Mhm.
And then it got to the point where I was posting that shit on Facebook, like, "Hey, you want to train with me? I'll be here this time. All you got to do is show up." And then my current training partner, Matt, he randomly hit me up on Facebook and was like, "Hey, are you still looking for a training partner?" And at this point, I'm like, "Man, none of these people are gonna do shit. They're just all talk, right?"
Mhm.
So I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be there on Saturday hitting legs." And dude, out of the blue, this dude just shows up. I was like, "Oh shit, okay, he showed up."
Nice.
I was like, "Well, it's the first time. Who knows, right?" And then a week goes by, and he's showing up every single day, and I'm like, "Okay, well." Maybe he's gonna stick around. Second week rolls in, and I'm like, dude, okay, well, we're really getting it now. And I mean, dude, intensity is high, dude. Like we are just fucking burying each other. Some of the best training sessions I've ever had.
That's
I
awesome.
was really enjoying it, man. And then finally he was like, "Hey, bro, do you think you can give me a diet or something?" I'm like, absolutely, man. So I put together his first diet, and now he's getting ready for his first show. He's actually in his off season, at the very end of his off season. I mean, looks amazing, dude. And I mean, this guy's a completely different person from when he first came in. I mean, he just looked like the average Joe, and now he just looks like a jacked freaking bodybuilder. I'm like, dude. And this he started training with me back in May. So
Nice. Nice.
yeah,
Yeah. That's the thing. It's hard to find, like, fuck, everybody's schedules nowadays. Everybody's so busy, right? Especially here in the city, I find it's really hard to line up with people. Like, everybody kind of lives in a different area. Like, the lower mainland, it's like 10 different cities, right? So everybody
yeah,
lives in their spot, and well, traffic here is brutal. Everybody's kind of doing their thing. It's expensive to live here. So a lot of people are busy working, and, it's always hard to line stuff up. I had a really good training partner for a few years here, but things change. Things change.
yeah. I mean, you got to really want it, you know? Yeah. Nobody's gonna force you. It's like if they want it, they'll show up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got to find somebody like at your spot. It's tough to do for sure. I think I'm gonna have to maybe get a change of pace, go somewhere else, get a change of scenery for a while or something. Have you
Yeah.
ever been to West Coast Iron here? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet gym here.
Yeah.
It's like the Mecca here in the Lower Mainland. That's what they call it. But
Nice.
yeah, it's a nice spot. Got a
And
bunch
that's
of
where you
pull.
train?
No, I train at a local gym here in Langley, but that West Coast Iron, it's not far. It's about a half an hour from me. That's where my coach trains. That's where like all the local pros train. So it's a dope spot. It's a good spot. So it's run by a couple local pro bodybuilders. So Ron Partlow, Stephen Shack, and yeah, it's a good gym. Really nice gym.
Cool. Yeah, you'll probably find somebody there, man. You just gotta go out
Yeah,
there a
I mean,
couple
that's where
times and
my
make some
coach
connections.
trains. That's where those boys train. That's where all my friends really train, right? But total's just like 5 minutes down the road, so it's convenient opposed to driving like an hour round trip every day, right?
Yeah.
We'll see how
Yeah.
it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Commuting like an hour every day, that takes out like 7 hours out of your week, or if you train 6 days or 5 days a week, it's like 5 to 6 hours out of the week.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to get out of like go for a little drive though once in a while. That's
Yeah.
one thing I do miss about working is like I commuting does suck, but like an hour commuted every day in total is not bad. It's nice, kind of just time to chill out, listen to some music, listen to a podcast, kind of just do some thinking. Driving is always nice.
Yeah.
Get in your car and just whip it. Yeah, I miss that sometimes.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of commuting, so
No, I don't think anybody is. But those mindful drives are always nice where you get out and just like get a little headspace driving.
man, I like during the day, like I got some property that I live on, so I just post up anywhere on my property when it's a nice sunny day.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it is so nice. When in the wintertime, we got this little like propane heaters in the back. We got a little patio cover, and I'll just sit out there and work. Man, it is so peaceful.
Nice. That's good. Do you have any like dirt bikes or anything out there?
Man, I used to have like a side by side and like a four wheeler and all that stuff, but dude, it was like a $20,000 side by side. It was like I had the turbo on it and stuff. It was like one of those Polaris XPs. But
Nice.
man, I never really enjoyed it at the time. Again, I wasn't in like a good headspace. So it just turned into a trash runner. So I would just like load it up with trash and then go dump it in the dumpster and then just drive it back. And that's all it was. And I'm like, dude, why do I have this supercharged side by side as a trash runner? You know?
Yeah.
I think I took it out maybe once to like those trails, those off-road trails. So
Yeah, I
yeah, I don't.
remember we had the guys had one on the farm I worked on in Saskatchewan. The thing was like I don't know, it was like fuck, it was nuts, dude. It would just rip. Like we were just beating fields at like 160. It was sick. So
Yeah,
much
dude. Yeah. But my actually, we kind of chilled out on that because we had a four-wheeler, and so my wife, she sucks at her coordination sucks. And so it was like the second day that we had come home the night before. The next morning we're like, oh, let's go ride the four-wheeler around the property, right? So she gets on, she starts riding it. I'm sitting on the back, and we loop around, and she starts hauling ass. And dude, she's like heading straight for this tree. And look, I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And I'm like, babe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Dude, she's like frozen, just like throttle, man, straight towards the tree. And dude, we hit the tree, and I fly off the back, I flew like 40 foot in the air, and like just tumbled, man.
Yeah.
And dude, she went face first into the tree, and
Oh
like
my god.
split her head open, and like
Oh my god.
she was like having a seizure and all that. And,
Oh my
and she
god.
was face down. And I remember I rolled her over, and dude, all I saw was her skull. Dude, it was like one of the scariest times of my life. I was like, oh my God. And we had just moved into our house, to our new house. And, but
Yeah.
luckily she was okay. But, after that, I was like, no more.
No shit.
No
That's
more for you.
fucked, man. That's fucked. I've
Yeah.
had so many. I grew up like riding dirt bikes and stuff. I've had so many bad falls myself. Like I have endless stories of just like brutal falls. The only time I ever crashed a quad though was when I was riding a three-wheeler, and like I let the third wheel like clip a log and like
Uh-huh.
fucking rolled the thing. Those things are super dangerous, but they're a lot of fun.
Dude, yeah, man, that stuff can, like those four-wheelers or whatever, those could be really dangerous.
Those three-wheelers are sick. Have you ever ridden one of those like old
I've
farm
never ridden
trike?
it through. Uh,
No? Those are badass. Yeah, well, I got another, I don't know, I have a meeting coming up here, but I'm not sure if my meeting is gonna, I don't know if my meeting, the people are gonna show up for the meeting is what I'm saying here. So
oh yeah?
I have it open, but we can keep chatting anyway.
Okay.
People these days, man, they can't, no one can stick to their appointments. Like, if you have an appointment booked with me, show up to your fucking appointment and do not waste my time. I'm sick of this shit. Seriously. If you're
Dude,
listening, if you
nowadays,
have an appointment booked with me and you can't make your appointment, fucking let me know, like professional, and cancel. Like, I have a calendar, I have a life to live too. You guys, come on, show some respect. Like, and if you cancel with me and you want to rebook, I will be charging you.
Farron, did you think I wasn't gonna show up?
Well, I had two podcast guests this week that didn't show up. So
That's
I don't
so
know.
shitty, man.
People these days, man, like I don't know what the fuck it is. Like I'm very about that. Like if I plan something, I'm there. If I have a schedule, I'm there. Like honestly, I was really tired today. I was gonna message you like when I was at the gym and be like, I honestly don't know if it's a good day to do this, but I didn't because I have an obligation to meet today, and that's an appointment with you, and I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna cancel it
Yep,
because I'm feeling fucking tired. Drink a
yep,
coffee and show the fuck up. That's what you signed up
yep,
for. You know,
exactly.
if you didn't want to do it, you shouldn't have scheduled it, right? Like,
Yep.
and if you can't give somebody like adequate notice, like I'm not gonna message Justin and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm feeling tired today." Like, what if he has his days scheduled around this? Like, what if he told his wife, "Oh, we can't go out for lunch today because I have a podcast with this guy," and then he cancels the podcast, and then they could have went out for lunch. Like, it's you know what I mean? Like you make an
Hmm.
obligation, show up to your obligation, like or don't set the obligation. And
It,
communication's a great thing. Just like let people know, give people 24-hour notice, 48 hours notice, right?
it's a simple concept of respecting other people's time.
Right?
Yeah, this shit pisses me the fuck off when people don't show up. Like, it's are you not responsible enough to put it in a calendar and put an alert? It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I
have
mean?
people who will book with me too, and like they'll take a half an hour, 45 minutes of my time happily, and then they won't ever message me back. They'll just ghost me. Like, why not hit me up after and be like, you know what, man? I don't. Now's not the right time, etc. Cool, awesome. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate
Exactly.
you. Like, thank you for using your words that you were given to communicate with people.
Exactly.
Like, God forbid, why do you have to like? People always wonder if ghosts exist. I tell you what, they do exist. They're fucking everywhere.
Dude,
People be
yes.
ghosting my ass on a daily. Like, come on, man, grow the fuck up, show the fuck up. Like,
exactly. Just man up, and if you can't make it, just say it. I
Yeah.
mean, don't leave the other person hanging. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely ridiculous.
My wife's real big on that. Dude, she will chew your ass up if you're late or you don't give a heads up. She'll tear your ass up.
Well, that's even it. Like I made like a story about this week. Like I honestly get hundreds of messages a day and I answer every single one of them. Nothing goes unread, nothing goes missed. No friend goes unread, no friend goes missed. But somehow when I message people, like all of a sudden they stop messaging me or the message goes unread for like a week. Like how the fuck is that even possible? Maybe it's just like an OCD, ADD thing in my brain, but I can't leave notifications open. Like I need to close them out, close the conversation, get back to people. It's just something I do. Like I've never left any person on, I've never even left an X on red for a week. Like I'm a man enough to confidently answer somebody in whatever fucking predicament or situation we're in. Whether it's a heated argument, debate, decision, whatever, you're going to hear from me. I'm not going to fucking leave you on mute for a week wondering, like pondering, I wonder what he's thinking. No, you're
Yeah,
gonna know right away.
I think this is just more of like um, people just aren't organized, and then when they realize, oh, they missed something, then they avoid it instead of
Yeah,
just being like, hey, I fucked up, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
wild.
Fuck. What can you do, right? I mean, this clown, he's supposed to be in an appointment already. It's late. He's missed it again. Second appointment. Like,
Damn, dude.
people are
That's crazy.
ridiculous.
Hey, how long have you been in ECA?
Me, I've been in it for fuck, almost a year. Not quite, but nearly.
Dude, I remember one of your messages in the community, and you're like, I want to leave, like, I want to leave my job or whatever, and I want to do coaching full time. And it was like not even like a month later, or something like that, or like a month and a half later.
Yeah,
And dude, that was like one of the most motivating things for me because whenever I joined, dude, I was just so beat up. Life had just been kicking me in the balls like every day. And that I still remember that. That's how I remember you actually is from that message. I'm like, okay, fair. This is fair. And dude, if he's leaving like that, I could fucking do it too. You know,
yeah,
and I'm like, dude, it was like whenever you left and I saw your message, I was like, dude, fucking, I need to step my game up and I need to get to it. So I
yeah.
appreciate that, man. Like, there's a lot of you guys like that in there, and I'm like, man, this dude's sitting in an excavator like 12 hours a day. So I have like no excuse. If he can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah,
So
honestly, I was such a that was a really good like a really good job to be on. It was a really high paying job. I made a lot of money, so I banked a lot of money as well, but I think they let me get away with a lot like sitting on my phone all day because I am a really good operator. I'll say it. I'm like one of the best equipment operators out here. I'll happily stand by that. And I think they put up with a lot of shit, but I was on my phone all fucking day, all day. I was on WAP all day, every day. Literally didn't miss a single message, didn't miss anything. Was on all the masterclass calls in my excavator, on all the live calls in my
that's sick,
excavator.
man.
Like I literally just it was so mentally draining because I was literally either pulling sticks, like loading trucks, or like looking at my phone, like trying to make content in the machine and trying to like
Dude, that's sick, man.
learn and shit. And then I was like, it was a kind of a long story, but yeah, I was like, kind of got pushed out of my job and had enough savings. I was like, you know what? Let's send it. Like, I have enough money to pay rent for like the next 3 months, let's say. So, worst case scenario, I don't make no money. At least I can pay rent.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, I was able just, like when you leave like a full time job, you're going to be able to get everything done so much faster, right? Like I was literally able to get done what I could do in 2 weeks, like in a day, So
exactly.
that just like 10x things. And yeah, everything's been pretty steady since. Everything's slowly growing. So always get more opportunities, more people reaching out. And yeah, like me and Justin talked about this yesterday. I'm not sure if you listened to the pod yet, but
Yeah, I actually did.
yeah, it's just like you just got to grind, right? You just got to,
Yeah,
like, it ain't easy. It's not easy. And I don't think I have anything figured out. I'm just doing the work, putting in the work, and you know, if you put in
How
the
did
work, you're gonna get the results at the end of the day.
how did you feel like leaving? Like, did you have like fear, or like were you like, fuck it, I'm
Well, I'll tell you totally what happened. So I like to, smoke a little bit of ganja, and my work knows this. And I was on a job site, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna send you to another job site, but job site's drug tested." And then they're like, "We're gonna coordinate it so it works out for you because it's just gonna be a saliva test. So you just okay." And then no one contacted me, and they miscommunicated the scheduling. They scheduled me for a Monday and didn't give me enough time. Obviously, over the weekend, I was gonna, have a puff to relax because I don't drink. So I went in, I failed my drug test, and they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a big ordeal now." And then so I show up to site the next day, and like by noon, they're like, "Yeah, you got to go home. You didn't pass your test. This can be a big ordeal now." So then they contact me back and they're like, "You have to go for a counseling meeting. Then they're going to determine what happens." And what they determined is um, I would have to get random testing for a year,
oh
six
shit,
times over the course of a year. And I was like, "You guys pay me like, what, $40 an hour after taxes? Like, I'm not an NFL athlete. You're not paying me a couple $1 million here." Like,
that is wild, dude.
and it's legal. Like, there's cannabis stores here, there's liquor stores here. You can go drink. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
I'm like, sorry, I'm not jumping through no hoops for you guys. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's absurd. Like, you guys brought me here because they brought me to run this special piece of equipment. They specifically trained two people to run this equipment, me and another guy. And they brought me there for that, and they knew all about it, and it was like a technical piece of equipment, and they picked me for it. And then, like, bro, I'm not jumping through no hoops. You guys knew this. Like, this is not what I do. So
yeah,
I was just like, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity. They're telling me, so this is like the universe. Just like, go do your own thing, bro. Just go do it.
yeah.
Like, you got the
That's
savings. What's the worst that could happen? Like, you're gonna let people now dictate your life. Like, fuck you.
yeah,
Like, you guys pay me shit money. You guys give me like, this is a shit fucking job. Now you're gonna say what I can and can't do at home. Like, go fuck yourself.
yeah, dude. That definitely was a sign from the universe, and that's crazy that you said that because, dude, lately I've been getting a lot of signs too, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm getting all these signs from the universe that like I need to leave sooner than later,
Yeah,
and just the thought of that, man, I mean, it does scare me a little bit. I did talk to Justin about it too, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta fucking do it, man.
yeah,
You just gotta do it." So
yeah, exactly.
now I'm gonna have that talk with my wife.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, Justin. Well, it was good having you on, my man. Thanks for coming on the show. If people want to find you, what's your channel? I'll still tag you in the show notes and everything, but
My Instagram handle is Just Neat Fitness. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. It's the same all across. On Facebook, obviously, it's going to be my name, Justin Malik. But my handle on Instagram is Just Neat Fitness, and that's JUSNEET Fitness.
sweet. Yeah, I'll take it in the show notes as well, so anybody can go find that. I appreciate having you on, my man. Thanks for everyone coming in to listen, and we'll see y'all soon.
I appreciate you having me on.